Hello, geometry students, and welcome to Notes 4.1, Classifying Triangles. Today we will be learning how to classify triangles by their sides and angles. We're going to review. Now we all know that a triangle is made by three non-collinear points, and therefore it has three angles. And between each 2 points there is a segment between these 2 points, thus creating a side. Now, depending on the measurements of the angles and the lengths of the sides, that changes the triangle's size. Now, there are 3 different types of triangles when you classify them by their sides. There is the equilateral triangle, the isosceles triangle, and the scalene triangle. The equilateral triangle is when all 3 sides are congruent. The isosceles triangle occurs when there are at least 2 sides that are congruent. And a scalene triangle is when all 3 sides are not congruent to each other at all. We can also classify triangles by their angles. The first way we can classify a triangle by its angles is acute. An acute triangle always occurs when there are 3 angles that are less than 90 degrees. Then there is the right triangle. The right triangle occurs when there is 1 angle that is 90 degrees and 2 angles that are less than 90 degrees. And then there is the obtuse triangle, which occurs when 1 angle is above 90 degrees while the other 2 are below 90 degrees. And then there is the equiangular triangle, which is when all 3 sides form 60 degrees. In this triangle, there are 3 angles. 1 angle is 40 degrees while the other 2 are 70 degrees. All 3 are less than 90 degrees, and therefore are acute angles, and thus is an acute triangle. In this triangle, we have 2 sides that are congruent, and then 1 side that is not congruent to either one. Now, when classifying by its sides, there is only one that fits that, which is the isosceles triangle. In the next example, we have 3 non-collinear points, which makes a triangle, and thus 3 angles. These 3 angles are 40 degrees, 30 degrees, and 110 degrees. Now, although the 40 and 30 degrees are less than 90, the third angle is 110 degrees, which means that that triangle is obtuse because there is 1 angle that is obtuse. This triangle has no congruent sides and is therefore a scalene triangle. This triangle has 3 congruent angles and also 3 congruent sides. Because of this, we know that that triangle is equiangular and also equilateral. Thank you for learning about classifying triangles with me, and have a great day.